Sarp, it's great seeing you again. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Yes.
It's my pleasure being here.
It's my pleasure having you with us. Just tell us briefly, for those who have not met you yet, who you are and what you do.
I'm the CEO of European Merchant Bank, namely EMBank, which is a bank which has been active in the last 6 years, established here in Vilnius, ESB licensed bank, which is serving to corporates, SMEs and fintech, more specifically.
All right, now help me understand, because when we look at retail, we sort of know what the challenges the retail bank has.
Yeah.
But when it comes to SMEs and corporates, I think there's also a very diverse set of challenges that they face. So from your perspective, what are the main challenges that corporates?
Well, I believe the challenges that we see in corporates, especially SMEs, is even further than the challenges that the retail is facing. Basically, at the highest level, probably it's about access to a proper banking service and seeing a genuine interest from the banks. But maybe more specifically, obviously, the primary thing is having access to financing, as we see. So one of the reasons why we are serving is they are underserved, and we see a potential in that regard. So in regard to financing, we provide a full range of financing solutions, starting from working capital to leasing in amounts starting from 100,000 euros to 2 million euros or so. And probably what makes us different in the market is, in my opinion, us showing a genuine interest to their needs, having a better understanding in that regard, and probably showing some flexibility, not just at the beginning of the loan or the disbursements, but throughout the lifetime of the loan as the first thing. And one other thing maybe I would mention is the relationship management. So leaving our digital capabilities aside, which I assume it's a hygiene requirement for many of the banks, obviously, and I believe we are quite competent in that regard. This relationship management aspect is quite important. So that's why we are assigning just one special person, which they can reach out anytime, and who is just showing instant reaction, because in many banks, they are just able to reach out to these client managers just 2 weeks advance appointment making. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, but that's very interesting, because I think when we started seeing digital transformation happening, we saw that whatever could be digitalized from like standardized procedures, that was done. I know the corporates have slightly different needs, because usually it's a very tailored service. But now we're seeing that the relationship is still very important, and that you cannot automate the relationship. So you focus on customer intimacy, and that's really what differentiates EMBank.
In my opinion, it's one important aspect even for retail. Of course, it's not possible all the time, and obviously we are perfectly utilizing digital and technology, but there are occasions where you need someone in person. So one of the primary things that we prioritize is this human aspect.
Yes.
And of course, in relevance to technology, obviously technology is one thing which is one primary aspect for the modern banks, right? And that's why we had been established as a digital first bank.
Right.
And that's why we are investing into technology in that regard.
Right.
For a long time. Probably, of course, to turn it into some kind of a value add for our clients. And I believe our API solution, EMBank Connect, is a perfect example. Our strategy in regards to technology is investing into mature and resilient structure to form as a start in terms of architecture, but complemented with flexible and agile solutions that you can even find in the market as solution providers, or build your own solutions to provide added value to our clients over this fundamental strong IT infrastructure.
Right. Okay, very interesting. I really like how you're mixing that technology capability and competence, but still, I assume that's a way that frees up time for people to develop that very important understanding of your customer needs and that relationship, right?
For sure it does.
Yeah. Okay, now help me understand from the technology perspective, and if we look at digital banking, how has EMBank leveraged the latest technologies in order to serve their customers?
Well, probably some part of that answer is related to my previous answer. So, first of all, forming a strong base for the services that we provide, and then build services over that would be relevant to our client needs. For example, for fintech, it was the API set that we are providing. Of course, it's still relevant to some of our corporate clients or SMEs. Especially in the longer time perspective, we would like to enhance that as a platform. Probably I can provide much more detail in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, okay. Now, we understand that speed and reliance they're very important for corporate clients, for SMEs. How is EMBank ensuring that your customers get access to high quality services, but with the necessary speed?
Yeah, I mean, speed and flexibility, of course, these are all really important things for a financial institution nowadays, but maybe I can take a more higher level perspective to answer that question. As we all know, I mean, in the recent years, there was a strong influence of the payment solutions in the fintech industry, right? And looking at the distribution of fintechs, even in Lithuania, probably the majority is related to these payment solutions. But in my opinion, in the near future, we will be seeing a significant growth in some solutions like process intelligence, business intelligence, as well as RegTech, fraud or security solutions. And why? Because the major pain point is I see for financial institutions in providing service to their clients is related to operations, risk management, or regulatory compliance. As soon as they are able to respond to these pain points by providing efficient solutions to these problems, and there are many solutions nowadays in the market that would provide that probably, then they are able to provide speed and flexibility eventually to their clients. And that's one major area that we are investing in nowadays. I was recently attending even a couple of events to explore possible solution providers for us that would be helpful to remove these pain points ultimately.
Right, very good. I always get very excited when I hear about innovations that are helping the corporates and the SME sector. They're the backbone of the economy, and of course they've been neglected for a while since retail was the main focus of innovation at the time.
Still.
And then they're still, exactly. And so it's great the work that the EMBank is doing to serve the needs of them.
Thank you, Chris.
Now, help me get a view of what's your vision for EMBank in the Baltics and as part of the fintech and the banking ecosystem in the region.
Well, since the beginning, our vision didn't change, but probably it's more maturing, and now we are more able to reach out to our goals in line with that vision, but still have a long road to go. And the vision is not just providing the standard banking products or solutions on the shelf, but indeed being a solution provider to our clients, I mean the businesses, ultimately. So that means providing a platform which truly covers these banking solutions, but also other aspects like business intelligence or supply chain related solutions or other value added tool set that would be helpful to have them better serve their clients at the end, or better be in their businesses ultimately.
Right. So another great reason to think of the Baltics as a landing pad to enter the European market for companies to come and establish themselves here, having access to the services that you provide for them to help them perfectly integrate into the ecosystem.
Yes, we are very, very excited to keep it in the near future.
Amazing. Now, we're less than 4 weeks away from Baltic Fintech Days, which will happen here in Vilnius.
Yes.
What can we expect to hear from you when you take the stage at the event?
Well, as you know, we are very proud of being a part of Baltic Fintech Days for at least for a couple of years recently. And this year probably we will be represented with a much crowded team. And hopefully maybe our UBO will be able to share his own story aside from the team. And what I am planning to share with my fellow colleagues is how we see the fintech industry evolving in the near future, for sure, and how would European Merchant Bank be a part of it as an active member? So that's going to be shared by our team as a view.
Very good. Well, not to be missed, your session at Baltic Fintech Days.
Thank you so much. Very excited.
So are we. And we appreciate your support very much.
Thank you so much.